We've come out to the goose fields just to the north of the visitor centre, where the next phase of our habitat restoration work is getting underway. Last month we saw Dave and Martin out in the roadside fields looking at the ditches and ponds that had been dug and the new wildflower headlands that were being created. The work that we're looking at there forms part of over 2 miles of wetland corridors that are being created and restored right across the reserve, with the bulk of the work going on here in the goose fields. The contractors behind us are digging out what used to be a paleo channel, an old salt marsh creek from when this area was tidal. These old channels are now being brought back to life as freshwater habitats, and they're going to connect areas of freshwater up in the north of the reserve to those that are right down next to the visitor centre at the tack piece where all of our birds will spend most of the winter. Back down close to the visitor centre, you'll have no doubt seen that the finishing touches are now being put to the estuary tower ahead of the opening weekend on the 16th and 17th of November. The weekend will be full of special events celebrating how accessible the new hide is going to be, but also the estuary and its wildlife through this entire landscape. So join us for lots of special events going on that weekend. And the estuary tower is not the only new addition to that area. Part of the habitat works we're seeing behind us here, they're going to extend right the way down to the tack piece. The tack piece scrape, which also attracts thousands of birds during the winter, is going to be extended right to the base of the tower, and a new series of ditches and ponds created along the summer walkway, adding more wildlife value to an already great piece of the reserve. So bear with us over the next few weeks while all the work continues, but as the season starts to progress and our winter wildlife starts to return, things should quieten down, and then the magic of Slimbridge will really be back. We'll have thousands of duck back on the tack piece, things like pintail, teal and widgeon. Our lapwing and golden plover flocks will return, and of course our Buick swans and our white-fronted geese. Winter's a fantastic time to come and see us, and there's lots going on this year. So check out the website for the latest events and sightings throughout this season as we gear up for wild winter here at Slimbridge.
We're behind the scenes here today at Slimbridge in our gosling field, and we're here to meet Sprout, our pelican. Some of you may have been lucky enough to meet Sprout earlier this year when he was coming up to the entrance ramp to meet visitors. We were taking him up on a regular basis to meet you guys and get him used to being around crowds of people, as he's going to be part of our Living Wetland Theatre. To get him ready for this, we have been bringing him out to the gosling field to start his free flight training. So that we can bring him out, we have trained him to have telemetry put on. This is so that we can track his movements, and it also records how high, how fast and how far he flies. Keep an eye out for Sprout and our other birds that will be featuring in our Living Wetland Theatre next year.
We're behind the scenes in the duckery today to talk to you about some exciting new arrivals. The aviculture team and I are thrilled to welcome a clutch of screamer chicks to the flock. This pair have been up here for 3 years now, and we were just about getting a little disheartened, but thankfully this year they have finally bred for the first time. WWT is quite experienced in rearing a huge variety of waterfowl and many different species, but I can't tell you how exciting it's been for the team to watch these guys grow. It's been so motivating to come out and see them every day, how their plumage is changing and how they're growing and developing. It's been a fantastic experience this summer. As first-time parents, we've been keeping an eagle eye on all proceedings. We're thrilled to announce that the parents have come to it as completely naturally as you could hope. As we speak, they're wandering through the paddock and they're teaching their offspring how to harvest seeds, where to look for food, and where the best places are for have an afternoon siesta. At 2 weeks of age, these baby birds became TV and news sensations, and lots of you loved reading up about them. Since then, they've grown even more, and we can't wait to share all of their fascinating growth with you. We promise to update you all on all of our social media channels throughout the autumn.